Bubba Wallace had a rough day at Phoenix Raceway after his brakes failed, forcing him to retire early from the race. So what does this mean for Bubba Wallace moving forward? Can he bounce back after this setback? Let's find out in today's video. This was a big blow, especially since he had been having a rough start to the 2025 NASCAR Cup Series season. Wallace was running in the top 10 when his number 23 Toyota Camry XSE suffered a brake failure, leading to a crash that ended his race. It was an unfortunate moment for him, but he handled it with a level-headed approach, acknowledging that things just didn't work out this time.
It's a bummer. We didn't have the best of start or the best of mid-race for our Lidos team, but felt like we finally got our big break and cracked in there to top 10 and was going to make something of it, trying to survive, and just got ripped out from underneath us. Unfortunate, I hate it. We've had such a strong start to the season, but all in all, you can be pissed off about it. It is what it is. The team executed. I felt like I executed all day and just wasn't in the cards, so we'll go back home and fly back out here to go to Vegas and go have some fun.
Before this setback, Wallace had shown promising form in the 2025 season. He had strong qualifying performances but had trouble turning them into top finishes. At Daytona, he started third but didn't finish the race, crashing on lap 197. In Atlanta, he improved, starting 14th and finishing 9th. In Austin, he qualified second but finished 20th. His speed was evident, but bad luck and race incidents kept him from securing a top 5 finish. While Wallace's day at Phoenix ended in disappointment, Christopher Bell had a fantastic race, winning his third consecutive NASCAR Cup Series event. Bell finished ahead of Denny Hamlin, making history as the first driver in the next-gen car era to achieve 3 straight wins. Other strong performers included Kyle Larson, Josh Berry, and Chris Buescher, who rounded out the top 5. Wallace's 23XI Racing teammate Tyler Reddick had a tough race as well, finishing 20th. Besides Wallace's unfortunate DNF, another big moment from the Phoenix race was the intense finish between Eric Almirola and Alex Bowman. In the final laps, Bowman gave Almirola plenty of space heading into the last 2 corners. Almirola, however, used up every bit of that space and then some, forcing Bowman into the wall to take the win. After the race, Almirola admitted he had to get aggressive, saying he knew it would come down to a drag race to the finish line.
Yeah, I knew I was going to use them up a little bit, but trying to win the race, and I feel like it was warranted. I didn't think I did anything overly egregious. I just throttled up, and I knew it was going to be a drag race to the start-finish lines.
Some fans and analysts saw Almirola's move as borderline acceptable, while others believed he crossed the line. Bubba Wallace also reacted to the Almirola-Bowman situation, posting a tweet that seemed to defend his Toyota teammate. His post suggested that people were making too big of a deal out of the incident. While Wallace didn't outright say whether he agreed with Almirola's move, his words indicated he wasn't as outraged as some fans. The situation also adds another layer to Almirola's reputation. He's always been seen as a clean racer with a positive image, but this race showed a more aggressive side. He may not embrace that role publicly, but his actions on the track suggest he's willing to do what it takes to win. These kinds of moments in NASCAR spark debates about what is fair racing and what crosses the line. Some believe the aggressive moves are just part of racing, while others argue that there should be limits. In Almirola's case, his move was effective, but it also put a target on his back. Other drivers may not hesitate to return the favor if the opportunity arises. The NASCAR season is still young, and there will be plenty of ups and downs for every driver. Wallace has already faced both good and bad moments, but he remains focused on the bigger picture. His goal is to consistently run at the front and put himself in position to win races. If he can do that, his season could still turn into a success. Meanwhile, the debate over Almirola's move will likely continue. Fans and drivers will have their opinions, but the only thing that matters in the end is results. Almirola got the win, and that's what will be remembered. Whether it was fair or not is up for discussion, but the points he earned are locked in. Now, the first non-drafting, non-road race of the NASCAR Cup Series season just happened, and we learned a lot. Some teams showed serious speed, while others struggled with bad luck. Josh Berry had a strong showing qualifying 4th, but a bad pit stop forced him to the rear. He fought back and finished fourth, giving the Wood brothers their first top 5 finish at a non-drafting track since the 2022 Indy road course. That's nearly 3 years without a result like this. Bubba Wallace was running in the top 10 before his brakes exploded. Despite the bad luck, his speed has been impressive this season. He finished in the top 5 at Bowman Gray, won a Daytona duel, and grabbed a top 10 at Atlanta. He also qualified on the front row at COTA. While his finishes haven't always matched his speed, he has earned the 4th most stage points so far, keeping him in the mix in the regular season standings. Denny Hamlin had a solid day at Phoenix. He started 10th and slowly made his way forward. His average running position was 4th, showing he had one of the fastest cars. Once he got into clean air, his speed was comparable to his teammate Christopher Bell, who led the most laps. Hamlin made a big jump in the standings, moving from 17th to 7th. This ranking feels like his floor. He'll likely climb higher as his season progresses. Chris Buescher's season has been all about consistency. He hasn't led a single lap yet, and he has only the 18th most stage points, but he keeps getting good finishes. He's one of only 5 drivers with 3 top 10 finishes so far. Chase Elliott finished 10th at Phoenix, but that was about as high as he ran all day. His average running position was 13th, which isn't great by Hendrick Motorsports standards. His 2025 season is looking a lot like his 2024 campaign. Good, but not great. William Byron led a bunch of laps, and Kyle Larson finished in the top 5, and Elliott was just inside the top 10. Still, he won at Bowman Gray and finished in the top 5 at COTA, so there are reasons to stay optimistic. Kyle Larson is one of just 4 drivers with multiple top 5 finishes this season. His Phoenix race was surprising. He seemed to have a 10th place car for most of the day and only earned 3 stage points. But on the final restart, he found himself in the mix and finished inside the top 5. Looking ahead, he has a great opportunity at Vegas, where he's won 2 of the last 3 races and led over 300 combined laps. William Byron restarted 20th with 36 laps to go at Phoenix and still managed to finish 6th. And it wasn't because of a crazy tire strategy. He was on the same tires as the leaders. He was just that fast at the end. His average running position all day was 2nd, behind only Christopher Bell. He's finished 1st, 2nd, and 6th so far, and he was running 3rd at Atlanta before crashing. He's off to a fantastic start, but there's one driver who has been even better. Christopher Bell has won 3 of the first 4 races. The only reason he didn't win Daytona was that he got wrecked while leading. His dominance has been undeniable. Now we head to Las Vegas, where he led 155 laps just a few months ago. If he wins again, he'll be on the verge of history. The last Cup Series driver to win 4 straight races was Jimmy Johnson in 2007. Bell has a real chance to join that exclusive club this weekend. And that's all we have for today's episode. Don't forget to give this video a like, smash that subscribe button, and also ring that notification bell for more upcoming updates.